Watch fans, Patek has done it again. This is one of those pieces that not only stands out, it stands up and it is reaching for the stars. Yes, we're going to be looking at the 5946R. Yeah, you may have seen the 5947, which is in stainless steel, beautiful on the bracelet, but when they actually released this piece, I think that they went above and beyond. And there's some features, or one feature in particular, that I do want to make sure to point out before we end this video for those of you who are purchasers and collectors, because we want to make sure at Swiss Watch Expo, you know that there's one little detail that has actually been removed, and we want you to know that that was done by Patek and is listed by Patek as well. For this particular watch, it is definitely everything that the eyes would want to see. This lovely 38 millimeter case is something that you can actually dress up, dress down. You can wear it casually. I think that it is extremely fun. And the colorway that they chose for this dial, we have to stop and talk about that absolutely first. So for the Chestnut, which is actually the name of the dial style itself, this beautiful chestnut is one of those that really stands out, and I'm sure it will stand the test of time. Whereas on that 5947, we all fell in love with that blue, where it does give kind of that linen look. And it's one of those things that not all the striations of blue are the same. They do give so many different colors of blue that are stringing through it that it gives a nice linen feel. Rolex is also one of those brands that used to give you linen dials that made you stop and say, oh, I really like this. The machining that Rolex would do would really make that linen pop. But when Patek did it this time, they did it in a way that we all have to stop and just say, wow, now that is luxury. That chestnut dial is just not the big thing on the watch. However, it's the first thing that you see, and it absolutely drawed me in. In fact, it made me even have to go pull out the old houndstooth just so that I can actually enjoy it, because this is one of those pieces that we always want you to remember. Now, the watch itself is actually an annual calendar. Annual calendar meaning that you only need to reset this watch once per year, and that's on years that are non-leap year. So yes, you only need to reset this in February. The watch itself will keep up with the 30 and 31-day months. However, you do have access to actually change those features if needed. Now, when you pair that with even something as simple as a moon phase, but you take the time to make sure that the moon phase is the right color so that it really accents that chestnut and you have that golden moon phase coming off of that dial, it is absolutely stunning in person. It gives you something that really feels really rich, but yet simplistic enough that you can enjoy it every single day. So when I'm looking at my annual calendar and have the moon phase in there, that tells me, or for me, tells me that the brand itself was thinking when they said annual in calendar, they truly did mean it. Now, one of the things that we do want to point out, as we mentioned earlier, this is going to be a non-gem set case. I really want to make sure that you pay attention to that. It is a non-gem set case. What does that mean for those of us who don't always get into the Patek or Patek world? Well, in the past, there would be a little diamond that was actually set right under the 6 o'clock on the case. That is no longer here for this particular model. When this was released in 2025, they did not put that there. Also, the 2026, when they came back out in the 5946 in the white gold, which would be the G, that's one of those things that you need to know too. They did do some changes, and that was done by Patek. So do not think because you don't see the gem there that that is not a true Patek case. Yes, it absolutely is. Also, one of the big things, and this is the perfect watch to discuss it on, the power reserve on this watch is 35 to 45 hours. There is not a single set amount. So that's one of those things I would get a lot of calls about on all the different brands. And they will go, well, I'm timing this and I put it on my Witchy Pro, or I've been timing it against the atomic clock. Don't. Please, that takes away from the beauty of horology. Remember, electricity was not one of those things around. In fact, when it came to work, it was one of those things that you looked and realized the sun was up, it's time for work, and you're going to work until sundown, or however your schedule may be. But you really did things more based on the sun itself. So how the sun rises and how the sun set. So we do not want to start bringing all of the electrical components, quartz components, into manual watches. Let's enjoy the manuals and automatics for who they are and what they are, just like we would do for regular people or for individuals in our life. You cannot expect everyone to be the same. And in this particular movement and model, It is exactly that. Some people may get 35 hours, others may get 40, some may get 45. It is not just based on the watch, it is also based on the wearer. How your body heat and different things will affect the watch. And I know you may not have heard that many places. However, more than 20 years of experience in teaching for watches and in horology for the Swiss, I can guarantee you we're giving you accurate information, and you can also find that information at Patek as well if needed. But we want to know what your opinion is of this beautiful watch. It is only 11 millimeters in thickness as well, so it fits under every cuff very smoothly. But it's one of those pieces, again, I feel you could dress up, dress down, perfect for if you're going to be traveling throughout the week or the month. And it is definitely a piece that should hold its own place in your heart. But tell us what you think in the comments below here at Swiss Watch Expo.